As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of.
More and more disturbing stories are making headlines right now. Sean Diddy Combs is facing serious allegations, with reports of over 120 victims potentially coming forward. We're talking about lawsuits that could shake up the entertainment world for good. From shocking accusations involving minors to a pro athlete intervening in a horrific moment, this story is evolving fast, and the public is finally hearing details that have been hidden for far too long. Welcome back to Kharisma Daily. One of the most horrifying revelations is that Diddy allegedly raped a 13-year-old girl along with a high-profile celebrity following the VMAs. This lawsuit paints a disturbing picture of the abuse of power within the entertainment industry. For years, stories like this have stayed hidden under NDAs, but now the truth is starting to come out. This isn't just about one man. It is about an entire system that enables predators. Take a listen to what News Nation had to say about this latest victim that came out and filed their lawsuit.
Bring in journalist Toure, who knows Diddy, and defense attorney Arthur Idala, who represents Ghislaine Maxwell, which is why I brought it up about the Epstein case. Okay, Celebrity Toure, let me start with this. Celebrity A and Celebrity B. Obviously, the plaintiff knows who those people are. What does that mean in terms of the storytelling of this if big names start getting dragged into it for not just knowing what Diddy did, but doing it with Diddy?
I mean, I definitely know that that is something that people are hungry for, and they want to know who else is involved. And there's this sort of prurient desire to see other people brought down in this. And surely Puff did not do all this alone. There are other people who need to be held accountable for creating a web of enabling and protecting him while he did all these sorts of things. But I'm not sitting here waiting to see like who else is named. The big fish in this situation is Puff. He is the one, if the government story is correct, if the complainant stories are correct, is the one who is initiating these incidents and is wrapping other people up in his madness. Tony Busby in all of his lawsuits, he's the one out of Houston doing 120, keeps talking about a sexual quid pro quo that Puff created, where people understood in order to get to be a singer or a producer or what have you in his circle, you had to go along with what he wanted you to do at night. So, he is the big dog in all of this. And these other stories, I get it, I guess, but it seems very like gossipy when we have this very real, very frightening story right in front of us.
It is, until you put two words made into one after it: subpoena. And Arthur, this is what people thought was going to happen with Epstein. That, Diddy's not Epstein in terms of, let's say, the level of money guys and international guys that he was running around with, but they're big names around him, and you get a subpoena, and you got to become part of this litigation, and it's about what you knew. It can really take it to the next level. This was what everybody thought was going to happen with Epstein, and then he killed himself.
Well, yeah, but Epstein was the criminal case. Let's keep in mind all these allegations you're talking about are not in a criminal court right now. They are in a civil court, and the subpoena power is much weaker in civil court than it is in criminal court. But Chris, the story with the 13-year-old would break anybody's heart. It is a 24-year-old story. And in the complaint, it says that she has suffered every day over the last 24 years. It makes you wonder why she never complained to anybody who would have brought her to a lawyer or to law enforcement any one of the days in the past 24 years. The other story, Chris, is that the guy is drugged to the point where he's performing oral sex on someone else. And I don't know if any drug, and I've done cases like this as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney, where you're so drugged, where you're performing oral sex on a man. So, I know Diddy's going to have some great lawyers around him who are going to be able to question these people. All of these cases with the hotline numbers make me nervous. They did it against my client, Harvey Weinstein. If you know something about us, dial 1-800-HARVEY and tell us your story, and you're going to get a big payday. And that's what lawyers got to think about, is whether this is just a big money grab.
Well, listen, I appreciate you both on this. The only thing, look, we'll see. For me, it's certainly not prurient interest. It's what does Diddy do to try to get himself out of trouble? And that's when this story will go to the next level. Because look, Teray, if he doesn't want to take a deal where he's going to be gone for a long time, he's going to have to offer something to these guys.
But Chris,
I'll give you a last quick thought on that.
That's not a real option in this situation. He cannot explain some gigantic conspiracy that is larger than the one that he's in. He's not a mid-level Cosa Nostra who can tell you how John Gotti actually gets this stuff done. He doesn't have a bunch of information that he can give to law enforcement that will change their understanding of the criminal underworld. He doesn't have any information that he can talk and get out of this. That's a weird fantasy that people keep bringing up, that like he's going to name some names and somehow that will get him out of it. Like, no, that's not available to him.
Well, we'll see. And I hear why you're saying it, Teray, but we'll see where it takes us. Teray, appreciate you very much. Arthur,
Wow. It's true. I don't think he can get out of this, but I do think that he has names that he can bring into the fold that were aware of the activities, that were involved with the activities, and that it would have some bearing on his case. But would he walk away? I find it hard to think that's going to happen. Now, at a party full of stars, one pro athlete allegedly stepped in to stop a sexual assault happening right in the middle of the event. Just think about that. How many others were there? How many others watched without acting? It begs the question of how many in these elite circles turn a blind eye to such behavior. Let's take a listen to this article about what actually happened. Diddy accuser claims pro athlete intervened during sexual assault at star-studded party lawsuit. A professional athlete allegedly stopped an intoxicated Sean Diddy Combs from sexually assaulting an unidentified man at a celebrity-filled party in 2022, according to a new lawsuit. The man, who had formed a professional business relationship with Combs at the time, was invited to a promotional party for the rapper's liquor business, Ciroc. Identified only as John Doe, the alleged victim claimed he was invited to the party by Combs to interact with other high-profile guests in the entertainment industry. Combs invited the man into his office during the party, and the alleged victim believed the two were about to have a discussion about business, according to the lawsuit. However, plaintiff immediately realized Combs was intoxicated and acting strangely. The lawsuit obtained by Fox News Digital noted Combs began awkwardly moving closer to the plaintiff. As he did so, Combs removed his pants and exposed his genitals to plaintiff. Combs continued to move closer and then grabbed plaintiff's genitals through his pants, squeezing them in a rough and sexual manner. The situation escalated until another individual, professional athlete A, entered the office and intervened, which ended the Combs assault of plaintiff, the lawsuit read. At this moment, the plaintiff escaped from Combs and left the office. After escaping the office, the plaintiff left the party to return home. Now, the John Doe claimed he had been shocked and disoriented after the unwanted sexual encounter and that he had been frozen momentarily by the weirdly inappropriate sexual advance. The alleged victim is requesting a trial by jury to determine compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm. Fox News Digital has reached out to Combs' team for comment. The legal team previously denied that Combs sexually abused anyone, including minors. As Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, it cannot address every meritless allegation in which has become a reckless media circus. Combs' attorney Erica Roth stated that Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and okay. Wow. Wow. That is interesting. Now, moving on. Ali Carter, a sex trafficking survivor, has said more arrests are on the horizon. This situation is snowballing, and it seems that Diddy might not be the only one facing legal consequences. Could this be the beginning of a wider reckoning within Hollywood and the music industry? Take a listen.
An arrest coming. There's actually 2 arrests that are already made. There's a 3rd one coming. I don't know why people are sitting on this. I'm ready. I see that some people are not. I've been ready. A lot of you are ready. Like, let's get this shit over with, right? You're like, just release it. Just drop it. For whatever reason, even on the Ghislaine Maxwell case, people are holding on to names because they know it's going to destroy some of these celebrities because you guys love them. It's going to destroy a lot of these celebrities because they know they're wrong. They've been doing this for decades. They've been putting it in your face. They've been mocking their victims, and they've gotten away with it because who they keep in their back pocket and who they pay. There is a 3rd arrest that is coming. There's 2 that's already down. There's a raid that's about to go on. And on top of that, it's somebody that has something to do with an affidavit that I have already released. I am telling you, we know that it's coming. I knew it was coming when I made sure there was sworn and legal affidavits already ready 6 to 8 months ago. I'm telling you right now that they're about to grab them and they're about to announce it. When they announce it, we got a problem. We got a big problem. Because there's ways that this is about to go. I think a lot of you guys are everybody is like, we're ready. We're ready until it's happening. And then everybody's like, well, I wasn't ready. Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of that.
There's no other way to get ready. There's no other way to prepare. There's no protocol for what's about to happen. The world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. And makes me wonder who will be the next person to be arrested or persons involved in this whole sex trafficking situation. But I'll keep you posted on that. Moving on. Now, Diddy's children have come out in support of their father. Surprise, surprise, right? And what do children do to their father? Calling these allegations false narratives. This is tough. Families are involved and it's undoubtedly heartbreaking for them. But we must focus on the victims and their stories. While Diddy's family stands by him, the courts will ultimately determine the truth. Let's take a listen to what they had to say. On Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 of Combs' 7 children, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, and twins Delilah and Jessica, shared a joint statement obtained by people supporting Diddy in the wake of his indictment on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The hip-hop mogul's 7th child, Love Sean, is only 2 years old. The past month has devastated our family, it began. Many have judged both him and us based on accusations, conspiracy theories, and false narratives that has spiraled into absurdity on social media. The statement continued. We stand united, supporting you every step of the way. We hold on to the truth, knowing it will prevail. And nothing will break the strength of our family. We miss you and love you, Dad. Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jessica, and Delilah. And like I said, they are his children, and what else would they say, right? That's their dad. Whether or not they're aware of their father's behavior, it's not surprising that the children would be supportive of him, whether that's publicly only for public persona only, but it's not surprising, right? That they don't believe what their dad is being accused of. So in closing, Diddy's legal battles are only just the beginning, and the number of victims coming forward is staggering. This is yet another example of how power and celebrity can shield horrific actions from public view, but not forever. I'll continue following this case closely, so stay tuned. Let me know what you think in the comments. Will more high-profile figures be implicated? How do you think this will impact the industry? And thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another future episode. Until next time, take care and bye for now. And I'll see you in the next one.